Imagine a world without cars, electricity, or smartphones. Picture a time when life moved at a slower pace, dictated by the rhythms of nature. This is life before modern times, a time when our ancestors thrived in a world vastly different from our own. Join us as we journey back in time, exploring the challenges and triumphs of those who came before us. We begin our journey in a small village, nestled amidst rolling hills and fertile fields. At the heart of pre-modern life was a deep respect for nature. The land was not merely a resource to be exploited, but a source of life, sustenance, and spiritual connection. People lived in harmony with the natural world, their lives intricately woven into its fabric.
Community was another cornerstone of pre-modern society. In the absence of modern conveniences, people relied on each other for support, cooperation, and mutual aid. Neighbours helped neighbours, families worked together, and the bonds of kinship extended far beyond blood ties.
Life, before modern times, revolved around the fundamental need for sustenance. The majority of people lived in rural communities, their lives intricately connected to the land that provided their food. Farming, the cultivation of crops, was the cornerstone of their existence, a skill passed down through generations. From dawn till dusk, farmers toiled in the fields, their days filled with the cycle of planting, tending, and harvesting. They carefully prepared the soil, removing stones and weeds using simple yet effective tools like wooden plows and hand rakes.
Each seed held the promise of future meals, and its careful placement in the earth was an act of both hope and necessity.
The bounty of the harvest was a time of celebration, but it was also a time for careful planning and preservation. The long winter months loomed, and with them, the ever-present threat of scarcity. Preserving food was not merely a matter of preference, it was essential for survival. Drying was a common method, utilizing the sun's warmth to remove moisture from fruits, vegetables, and meats.
Apples were sliced and strung on threads, hung like festive garlands to dry in the autumn sun. Beans and grains were spread out on mats, their colours deepening as they lost their moisture, their earthy aroma filling the air.
The careful layering of vegetables and salt in large ceramic crocks was a focused and determined task, ensuring that the community would have sustenance through the harsh winter months. Section 3. The Rhythm of the Seasons, a year in the life of a pre-modern farmer.
Life before modern times was intimately connected to the rhythm of the seasons, a cyclical dance of planting, tending, and harvesting. Spring, a time of rebirth and renewal, brought with it the promise of new life. Farmers prepared their fields, their plows cutting through the soil, turning it over to receive the seeds. The planting season was a time of intense activity, a race against time to get the seeds into the ground. Men, women, and children worked side by side, their movements practiced and efficient. They sowed seeds of wheat, barley, oats, and vegetables, each crop carefully chosen for its suitability to the local climate and soil.
Farmers worked together to harvest a field of golden wheat, their scythes moving in unison, the air filled with the sound of their labor. Section 1. The Blacksmith's Forge, Shaping Metal, Shaping Lives.
In the heart of the village, the rhythmic clang of hammer against metal echoed from the blacksmith's forge, a symphony of sound that spoke of both artistry and necessity. The blacksmith, a master of fire and iron, played a vital role in pre-modern life, his skills essential for providing the tools and implements that sustained the community. The forge, a brick-built oven fueled by glowing coals, was the blacksmith's domain. Here, amidst the intense heat and the shower of sparks, he transformed rough iron bars into objects of both beauty and utility. With each swing of his hammer, he shaped not only metal, but also the very fabric of life in the village.
The blacksmith's hands, calloused and strong, held a pair of tongs that gripped a horseshoe as he examined his work with a critical eye. Section 2. Weaving life's fabric from sheep to shelter.
In the pre-modern world, the creation of cloth was not a mere industrial process, but a labour of love, a testament to the patience, skill, and artistry of women. From the shearing of the sheep to the final stitch, each step in the creation of fabric was imbued with meaning, a tangible connection to the rhythms of nature and the traditions of their ancestors. The process began with the sheep, their thick woolly coats a valuable resource. Shearing was a communal event, a time for laughter and camaraderie as neighbours gathered to help each other. The fleece, once removed, was carefully washed and combed, removing dirt and debris, transforming it into a soft, fluffy cloud.
A woman's hands spun wool fibres into yarn using a drop spindle, her movements swift and precise, her touch light and deft. Section 3. Building for generations, homes of strength and simplicity.
In a world before power tools and prefabricated materials, the construction of a home was a testament to community spirit, ingenuity, and the enduring strength of simple materials.
Using locally sourced timber, stone and thatch, families and neighbours came together to create dwellings that would shelter generations to come. The process began in the nearby forest, where trees, carefully selected for their size and strength, were felled with axes and saws.
The air vibrated with the sound of wood being hewn and shaped the rhythmic thud of mallets driving wooden pegs, the shouts of men coordinating their efforts.
A stone mason carefully chisels a block of stone, his movements precise and measured, his face reflecting the quiet pride he takes in his work. Section 1. A tapestry of cooperation, the bonds that held communities together.
Life before modern times was, in many ways, a testament to the power of community. In a world without social safety nets or government assistance, people relied on each other for survival, support, and a sense of belonging.
The bonds forged through shared work, mutual aid and communal celebrations were not merely social niceties. They were the very fabric that held society together. From the moment a child was born, they were enveloped in a web of interdependence.
Neighbours helped neighbours raise barns, harvest crops, and care for the sick. Children learned from an early age the importance of contributing to the collective good. Their tasks, though seemingly small, essential to the smooth functioning of the community.
A young girl is helping an older woman hang freshly washed laundry on a clothesline strung between two trees. The marketplace was more than just a place to buy and sell goods.
It was the social heart of the community, where news was exchanged and social bonds were strengthened. Held weekly or monthly, the market drew people from surrounding villages and farms. Farmers arrived before dawn, their carts laden with the fruits of their labour. The air hummed with the energy of commerce, the persuasive calls of vendors hawking their goods. Celebrating together. Festivals, rituals, and the spirit of community.
Festivals and rituals wove the community together, providing a sense of shared identity and belonging.
These celebrations, often tied to the changing seasons, offered a welcome respite, a time for feasting, dancing, and reaffirming bonds.
Harvest festivals expressed gratitude for the bounty of the land.
Villagers gathered, their faces flushed with pride and relief.
Tables groaned under the weight of roasted meats and sweet treats.
Children watched as an elder told stories around a crackling fire.
Nature's pharmacy, the healing power of plants.
Long before modern medicine, people turned to nature for healing, drawing remedies from the earth's bounty.
Generations of knowledge, passed down through traditions, revealed the potent properties of plants.
Forests and meadows became living pharmacies, their secrets known to those who looked.
The bark of the willow tree, containing salicin, was used to ease headaches and fevers. The village healer, guardian of ancient wisdom.
In the heart of every village resided a figure of immense respect and reverence, the healer.
Often an older woman or man, the healer was the guardian of ancient wisdom, the keeper of secrets passed down through generations.
Their knowledge of herbal remedies, combined with a deep understanding of the human body and spirit, made them indispensable members of the community.
The healer's home, often filled with the aroma of drying herbs and the soft glow of candlelight, was a sanctuary for the sick and suffering.
Here, amidst whispers of ancient incantations and the gentle clinking of glass bottles, the healer would diagnose ailments, dispense remedies, and offer words of comfort and encouragement.
The healer, surrounded by an array of dried herbs and tinctures, carefully measures out ingredients for a remedy, her face reflecting both concentration and compassion. A holistic approach, treating the body, mind, and spirit.
Traditional medicine, deeply rooted in the belief that the body, mind, and spirit are inextricably intertwined, embraced a holistic approach to healing.
It recognized that illness was not merely a physical malfunction, but often a manifestation of emotional distress, spiritual imbalance, or a disharmony with the natural world.
Treatments, therefore, often extended beyond the administration of herbal remedies.
The healer might recommend changes in diet, encourage rest and relaxation, or suggest rituals or ceremonies designed to restore balance and harmony.
Music, dance, and storytelling were also recognized for their therapeutic benefits, their ability to soothe the soul and promote well-being.
Using touch to promote healing and relaxation was another vital aspect of this holistic approach.
In an era untouched by the speed of automobiles or the convenience of air travel, journeys were more than just a means of reaching a destination. They were immersive experiences, often arduous and time-consuming, that shaped perceptions and fostered a profound connection with the natural world.
Imagine a world where the only way to reach a distant town was by foot. The sun and stars your compass, the rhythm of your own footsteps, the soundtrack to your journey.
For many, walking was a necessity, the simplest and most accessible mode of transportation. Farmers traversed miles on foot to reach their fields, their tools slung over their shoulders, their steps light and familiar.
Merchants, their wares carefully balanced on their backs, navigated winding paths through forests and over hills, their journeys often lasting days or even weeks.
In a world where communities often relied on local resources for their survival, trading caravans provided a vital lifeline, connecting distant regions and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural influences.
These caravans, often comprised of dozens or even hundreds of camels, horses, or donkeys, were a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the enduring desire for connection.
Imagine the anticipation as a caravan arrived at a village, its arrival heralded by the jingling bells of pack animals and the excited chatter of travellers.
Merchants, their faces weathered by sun and wind, unloaded their wares, transforming the marketplace into a kaleidoscope of colours, textures, and aromas.
As we emerge from our journey into the past, we carry with us a profound appreciation for the resilience, ingenuity, and deep connection to nature that characterized life before modern times. The world we have explored, though vastly different from our own, is not a distant, irrelevant past. Its echoes resonate in our present, its legacy woven into the very fabric of who we are. The skills honed over generations, the farmer's understanding of the land, the blacksmith's mastery of metal, the healer's knowledge of nature's remedies, may seem antiquated in our age of technology, yet they remind us of the enduring power of human ingenuity, the ability to adapt, to create, and to find solutions in the face of challenges. The values that underpin pre-modern communities, the importance of community, the spirit of cooperation, the respect for nature hold a timeless relevance. Life before modern times, though often challenging, offered a profound sense of connection to the land, to community, and to the rhythms of nature. In our modern world, characterized by speed and technology, these connections can become frayed, leaving us feeling adrift and alone. The lesson from the past is to rediscover these connections in our lives, not by returning to a pre-industrial lifestyle, but by appreciating the natural world and nurturing relationships. We can find inspiration in the farmer's knowledge of the land, supporting local farmers, and making conscious choices about our food. We can learn from the artisan's dedication to craft, creating something beautiful with our own hands. We can draw strength from the spirit of community, nurturing our relationships and giving back to those around us. The tapestry of life before modern times offers a timeless blueprint for living a life rich in meaning and purpose. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, let us carry these lessons with us, honoring the past as we create a future where technology and tradition walk hand in hand.